Hey, so quick update on Miss Blackjack and Santana. That breeding didn't catch. So I think I done figured out why, the last couple times that she's been bred. Um I missed her. She didn't catch. And I figured it out, y'all. I last year I talked about how I had bred her with Santana, and she caught, but the heat made her go in labor. It kind of stressed out. She was almost there, but it made her go in labor like 10 to 12 days early. So, so she ended up, the puppies wasn't developed all the way, so they were stillborn. Well, she had, like I said, she had two that I saw, and so I didn't watch her have the rest of them. But I'm sure I know she just had them and just ate them. That's what their instincts do. Instincts kick in. But I think what happened with that, um, I think it made her timing be like sooner. Like she's releasing her eggs sooner than me. I normally stick around like day 10, 11, 12 of the heat. From the day I see blood, I count from 10, 11 days from the day I see blood to the day that it's time to stick. So that's how I normally count my days. And I got documented breedings on YouTube of her being pregnant. And I've used the same concept, the same way I count my numbers. So I'm pretty sure that's what what happened last year. I think it just threw her timing off. I think she'd be ready to breed sooner now. So we gonna, like I said, we're gonna try that. She'll be, like I said, she'll be back in. She maybe November, she December, something like that. But like I said, I got other things lined up this winter, this fall and this winter. So y'all just stay tuned for that. Um, but really, what I wanted to talk about was adding bone to to your program. Um, I just think, me personally, I think a thin boned dog, or a kind of thin bone, a fine bone, a brittle bone, however you want to name it. I think a dog doesn't look as strong and doesn't look doesn't just don't look, it's not to me, it's just not a good look. And I got some on my yard, um because a lot of people don't think the same way how I think. They don't see nothing wrong with, if they got a fine boned dog or a brittle boned dog. But I'm gonna talk about what I like in my dogs. Yeah, I like a dog with some bones, so that's why um you see me keeping Bam Bam and Bailey. Those are heavier boned dogs than some of my other, even like I was just talking about Miss Blackjack. I ran into Santana, whatever, but she, she ain't she kind of fine boned. Uh, I just want to add more bone to my, to what I'm doing. So that's why I was able to, because when I went to get Bailey and Bam Bam, the whole intention was to just go and get her. What intention was to get all three of them, but it was just to sell the other two, the two males, Gamble and Bam Bam. Gamble, I got him on somebody else's yard. They turned up, they were about 6 months old. They had a couple bad rounds. They kind of tore each other up pretty bad. So I kept Bam Bam, and Gamble is on somebody else's yard. But the intention was, when I went to get them, was to to get those two and sell them. and, you know, sell them for him, for, you know, the guy I got them from, and keep her. But then once I got there and I saw how heavy a, you know, bone they were, I was like, oh no, I gotta hang on to a male and a female. I knew I was gonna keep the girl. I gotta hang on to a male. So like I got the bone structure coming, and what's so great about it is that I didn't have to go outside my yard to implement more bone. Like Ramrod got, you know, he got big ass bone. Santana got nice bone. So then you bring these two in, and and everybody's in the same family. You know, we still got that trait. So I didn't have to go outside and bring in some fresh blood to get a desired trait that I was looking for. You know, it was there from dog. It showed up in dogs that was already in the family. A lot of times, man, when dudes and people don't understand, is like puppies, especially, they need the as much help as they can in developing how thick their bone structure is, right? For instance, like if you buy a dog and you keep it in a crate all day, and the dog don't get to run around, you know, you're lessening the chances of how heavy the bone is gonna be on the dog. This is facts. It's not an opinion. What I'm telling you right now, I've seen it. I've seen, you know, people buy a dog and the dog ain't getting out running, like a puppy ain't running like he should. It's not getting able to exercise. That's how the bone, it helps growth, period. You know, the dog grow, just all around growth. And bone thickness is included in it. Um, so, but that's you know what I'm focusing on. It just kind of add a little bit more bone to the to what I got going on, to my future future breeding. That's the plan, to add more bone, to continue to add more bone to puppies that I have in the future. So I know sometimes they say, well, the more bone they got, and I'm not talking about too much bone. So I'm saying, like, you want bone, but you don't want to have so much bone where the dog moves slower. You know what I'm saying? It messes with the speed of the animal. So, but then people say, well, how much bone? Like, what's bone? What's too much bone? Um, Too much bone to me would be, I can't really just tell you just an example, or I can't like really compare it to another. Like, you don't want to have bone like no damn mastiff. You don't want a pit bull with bone. You want them to have, you want to have some bone, but not not too much bone. You don't want it to be too fine. But like I said, I can't just give you I can't compare it to nothing. So I can't nothing. I can just right off the top of my head, I can't just find something to compare it to. But you would know, what I'm saying? You would know when your dog shit get too fine and too thin, and it just don't look. I'm not saying it doesn't look as good as it would. Like, okay, like the puppy I showed the other day, Goldie. She was biting on. I think that was an old towel I had, and I had braided like it was a rope or whatever. And see, she got bone. She got the bone. She's out Miss Blackjack and Ramrod, but she got her bone from her daddy. She took that trait from him. And I like to think that, by me, just letting her get her run around time, and, you can't keep these puppies cooped up. You know what I'm saying? They got to get out and move. So you can't keep them just in these crates, you know what I'm saying, while we at work all day, keep them in these little off the ground pens or whatever. They have to run around. I understand that some people, yards is set up different where they can't let their puppies, run around. But I mean, it's just something that's needed, though. The puppy have to be able to move in order to reach its full potential growth. And so that's pretty much all I wanted to really touch on. I ain't really got nothing else. All right, y'all. Peace.